Alright, in this video I want to go over the terrain editor. If you're doing any kind of game that you want a realistic looking outdoor setting that's not a completely flat ground like 99% of the games in Roblox, you're going to want to use the terrain editor. Alright, so you start on here, you go to all templates, pretty much new, you're going to go base plate. But we're going to end up deleting the base plate. You'll see what I'm talking about here. First, we're going to use it for size comparison. Okay, we're going to keep that spawn point. We're going to scroll back. You see we've got a huge base plate here. I guess we're going to make our world that size. That'll work. So let's get above it. I'm going to move myself over here. Get some helicopter view going on. All right. Okay, we can see it pretty well now. Okay. So terrain editor is down here on the left-hand side. If it's not open, you're going to go up to view up here, and you're going to see it right here. Again, everything that's dark gray is going to be what you see on the screen. Explorer on the right-hand side, properties on the right bottom, toolbox on the left, output on the bottom, script analysis on the bottom. Those are two that I turn on. Terrain editor is what you're looking at over here, bottom left. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is right here on generate. You can import clears for getting rid of it, edits for changing it, regions for doing certain things, changes to certain spots. What you want to do is go to generate. Now we want to make this the same size as the base plate, generally. So you know you're at about a normal world size. Let's drag this one up there. And we spin around so I can see this better. Drag that one over there. Okay. Now we're going to scroll down, get ourselves close, and take a look. I know it's going to be hanging under the base plate. Now see how thick this is? You don't always need it that thick, and you can actually change the thickness on it. The good thing about this that you may want, so if you look down here in terrain editors, there's a bar. Scroll down on this, you're going to see that there's an option of caves. Now it randomly generates this biome. So you may get a cave entrance on the top on the ground level, you may not. You may have to dig one into a cave system by using the edit tools, which is going to be subtract and erode. Alright, so we got it. The size of the base plate. We can go ahead and delete the base plate. We're going to go into workplace on our Explorer, go to the base plate. Nothing's in it we need, so we're just going to hit delete. Base plate's gone. So see, we still have this box here. Nothing's in there yet because we haven't generated it. Alright, so this is our sizing. The size changed. Don't change these numbers. It automatically changed when we moved it to the size of the base plate. The general size of the base plate. Okay, so material settings. This is going to be what, move this up. That's a weird scroll right there. Okay, this is going to be what you find in your world. If you don't want any water, don't choose water. Marsh tends to be a lot of water on top of the ground. And what's weird about the marsh is it seems like it's really on top of the ground. Play with it, you'll see what I mean. It's more like somebody poured a glass of water onto the ground, you know what I mean? And it's on top, if you get what I mean. Okay, so canyons is cool to have. Plains tend to have a lot of flat area. Mountains tend to give you a little bit of peaks. Lava ends up having, exactly, you know, you got that Minecraft kind of vibe, lava on the surface. Arctic tends to get you some snow areas. Marsh, you know, a lot of top wetlands. Dunes, a lot of, you know, desert and, you know, sand dune style. I tend to feel that plains, mountains, hills, canyons work really, really well. And then add in water if you want water added in. We'll do it this time. Biome size, this is odd. Play with this, see what kind of you get. Leave it at 100 to start. Leave caves on, you'll see if you like it or not. Hit generate, see what comes up. It's going to take a few. You'll see. Well, we're looking at probably a minute here at most. I take a drink while I wait. Now keep in mind, if it generates this and it's a good starting base, keep it. Work with it. You can use the edit, change it to how you like it. Add some stuff if you want something different. It looks like it's coming out pretty cool so far. If you don't like it, don't just generate on top of this one. You're going to want to delete this one and generate a brand new one. All right. It's almost done here. It's coming out pretty cool. We got a lot of peaks, some valleys. I'm seeing water over there. It's a little laggy while it's going on. It's doing some hardcore thinking. Doesn't want us to move too much. Let's let it finish. It's not going too slow. Now the thing is, when you're building a map like this, you're going to want to create some barriers around the outside edge. You don't want players to just walk off the edge of your world. And it kind of ruins immersion and realism when they can walk to the edge of the world and be like, I knew the world was flat. But yeah, okay, after my bad joke, let's see how this looks. It's just about done. All right, so if you get stuck in this mode where it's still got that on there, what you want to do is go to home up here and hit select and it'll go away. Let's go see what we got. Ooh. That's looking pretty nice. A little odd here with the canyon mixing into the forest area. We got some little pools. Oh, it's getting dark out with our realistic day-night mode. This actually came out pretty nice. This little canyon section here is a little weird, but I mean, it has some realism with some color in the cliffs. There's even a little cave right here. Cool, pretty cool. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's a good starting point. I mean, if you don't like it, let me show you what you could do. You would actually go hit back right here, and you would change what you don't like, or change a little bit of the seed number. Maybe add something you do or don't want here. Maybe remove caves, whichever you like, and hit generate again. But after you hit back, so you make sure to get rid of this one first. Now look, if you see, they do have some cave systems, and you will be able to actually do some cave diving in some of them. Some of them will dead end, like, oh, this one doesn't dead end. It actually keeps going down. See that? Ooh. They get really cool, and some of them go really deep into it. I'm going to fly through the terrain here. Some of them get really, really cool. Look at these little ponds that got generated. Rocks around them in the little valleys. It's nice. I really like it. So that's the main gist of doing that. Okay, see, that's a little bit of the plains, what it looks like right there. That's kind of what the canyons look like, but they're going down into some caving. This is really cool. I love how this random generator does. Okay, so let me show you a little bit about what these edit stuff do. So over here we have add. Now, this can work with you just clicking it and it adding, but the real magic with it is holding the button down. And you can actually just create mountainous areas. I know it's not coming out perfect. You know, I'm just using an example. You know. Now, the size on this can go down. Now, if you want to keep bringing it down, you can go down to like a 1. And you can add, you know, making it a little bit more realistic where it kind of steps its way up and it doesn't look like a huge chunk of dirt right there. You know what I mean? Add a little bit of realism into that. There we go. There we go. Ooh, not bad. That right there like that. It kind of lines up with this dirt perfect right there on the dirt on that side. And there you go. See, you just modified the terrain in a way. Let's say you don't like it. You just hit back, take the stuff away. It's going to take it away little piece by piece. You also have subtract over here. You can take chunks away. You can also change the size. You can change it from being a circle to being squares. The square can help you get some flat surfaces if you want. Pivot positions, plane lock, snap to voxel. Snap to voxel is going to lock it on top of, in two different items. Base height's going to just let you change the size of it. Row works in the same kind of way, except row is odd. You may get some weird looking stuff with this one. You can't see so much because it's dark, but if you wanted something that's rock looking, because it's very protruding when you make it with this, row's very odd like that. Now, add, the opposite of that would be subtract. Bringing it back to the circle, we can actually take away. And this brings me to another one that's really, really nice, which is flatten. Now, see this grid here? Now, this grid, where you set this is the game's understanding that you want it to be flat right there. Now, if you were to move your thing around it, hold the button down and move it around, it's going to take anything that's lower than that and bring it up to the grid, and take anything that's above the grid and bring it down to the grid. So watch. Go like this. And it's going to start smoothing everything in the way. Let's see, it's filling those in. Takes a little bit of time. You got to do a few over and overs. And essentially what it's going to do is create us a flat lane-like area here. Taking it away. Nothing here looks perfect, but I mean, it flattened out a lot to our grid. See what I mean? All right. And so it's got paint, it's got sea level, smooth, replace, add, subtract. You just play around with it and you'll understand. Right here in your map settings, everything's again in terrain editor, and you're going to find that in view right up here. You'll be able to open it. It's always going to pop up on the left, but you can move it around and change your UI and set things where you'd like to have them. All right, that's just about it. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this. You can go underwater, take a look. And there will be randomly generated caves sometimes underwater, which means like underwater exploration. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a great day.